her food. So I eat a lot of her food, and it is absolutely wonderful. And today they are going to be teaching you how to make one of my favorite treats. I mean, thank you, Hayden. Most people don't think that macaroons or Passover food are just the most delicious things in the whole entire world, but these are, and they're going to show you how to make them, and you'll want them in just a couple of short months as Pesach rolls around. So, without further ado, Melyssa and Sue, take it away.
All righty. Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
So my mom, like Brian said, is a fantastic cook, and something that is important to me is to kind of learn her recipes. And tradition and food, I think, go hand in hand. And so today she is going to teach me how to make her macaroons with all of you. So we are going to start as she is getting our eggs ready.
So it's my egg. You take egg whites. You take 4 egg whites. And how I like to open my egg whites is I put my yolk in my palm, and I let the white seep right through my fingers. And there you go.
Can I try one, Mom?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Don't yell at me, Mom.
Okay, here you go. Oh, over. Put the yolk in your hand. There you go. Okay, there you go. There you go. Keep it. Now let all the white go down. Perfect. Go back and forth.
Look, I'm not disappointing my mother.
Let the. Okay, perfect. Good job.
And then where do I put this? In the sink?
Just put it in here. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right,
So while we're finishing up that, Melissa's going to. Oh, actually, this is what you did prior. So we need to start whipping this. We need a little salt in here.
I'm going to take a little bit of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
If you do get any shell, it is okay. No need to worry.
Actually, I did.
You just
that
kind
might
of.
have been you.
I don't think that was me. That was her blaming me.
So here we go.
So what we're going to start whipping with our handheld mixer. And what we're going to whip until what I've heard is called stiff peaks. So we're going to start whipping. And with the power of television, I'm going to continue this one so we don't spend all of our time.
Fluff peaks.
And this is what it should look like.
Perfect.
So they should make little,
Like a soft.
like a little mountain is what it should make in with your egg whites.
Okay, so now
I'm gonna wash my hands.
Okay, so the next step is we're going to open up a 14-ounce bag of sweetened shredded coconut. That goes into the bowl, like so. Then we have, can you open that?
Yes. We have some sweetened condensed milk, and we're gonna pour that into our mixture here. Correct, Mom?
Yeah. Just, that's good. That's good. Okay, now put that up, and then we're going to put in
Fold
a little
it,
bit.
right?
Yeah. Well,
So
no, we're folding the eggs in there.
I can
Then
just
we're
mix
going to
it.
put a little bit of vanilla in here. That's that.
It's about 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay.
And then we're mixing.
Okay. Now, let me see. Let's do this quickly. I should have used the wooden spoon. That's okay. Oh, check the milk. Okay, guys. Now, what we're gonna, I just want to get a little bit more of this condensed milk out, and then we're going to fold the egg white mixture into this coconut mixture.
So folding means pulling from the bottom and turning it. Correct, Mom?
That's correct. That's correct. You're good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of our mixture, and then I'm gonna fold it in. So I'm gonna be pulling from the bottom and then flipping over, making sure we don't wanna break those egg yolks or egg whites, sorry.
You don't want to break that peak is what.
We don't wanna break the peak is what my mom says.
So now what we have is, we have that mixture, and what I do is I make 3 different kinds of macaroons. I make a chocolate chip macaroon, I make a lemon macaroon, And then we have a plain macaroon. So
The lemon is my favorite.
The
What we
chocolate
do
chip is my favorite.
That's why we get along.
So we take, well, I have 3 separate bowls. Are you done with that?
No.
Okay, good. Let me wash, take a little bit out. Okay, that's good.
Okay, so this is what our mixture looks like when everything is folded in.
And now what you're going to do is you're going to take some of that mixture and put it in the chocolate chip bowl.
About a third of it can go into the chocolate chip bowl.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my zester and, oops, let me try this. And then in another bowl, we're going to make our lemon macaroons. Okay, so now this is my lemon. It's already been washed. Zest, zest, zest. Zest, zest, zest. And the lemon is actually really a delicious, delicious macaroon, especially when we'll show you later how we make a ganache. So we'll dip our macaroons in the ganache, which is a chocolate and heavy cream mixture. Okay, let me just cut
So this is our lemon zest.
Okay, 1 second. Then we cut it, and then we take our hands like so, so we don't want to get any pits in our macaroons. All we want is coconut.
So to prevent the lemon pits from going in, you can just hold your hand underneath and catch those
Okay,
pits.
put some of this in there, please.
Yes, let me clean.
You don't have to clean it, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, our
All right, so I'm gonna take the other third of our mixture and put it in the bowl here with our lemon.
okay, so now we have 3 bowls. And if you can move that over, I'm going to bring over our commercial size cookie sheet. Move everything. Oh, actually, can they see
Our
that?
giant cookie sheet.
Okay, which is lined with parchment paper, is a must. Not wax paper, parchment paper, so your macarons won't stick. So now Melissa's going to take a ice cream scoop, and she is going to scoop.
Make sure they're nice and tight. It's okay if we have any hanging
Yeah,
over, right,
it's
Mom?
fine.
Can't really. Let me do it on this side so they can see it. So we go. There we go. And then you just put it on, and you use your ice cream scoop.
Is it not?
Yeah, it is. There we go.
Right, and do the 2 more.
There we go.
Okay. We don't have to do all of them right now.
Well, we can actually, yeah. And then we do very old ice cream scoop.
Yes, that ice cream scoop is my nanny's ice cream scoop. It's over 100 years old, that ice cream scoop.
This is a relic, everybody. Over 100-year-old ice cream scoop.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Put that in the oven. Okay. How many we got?
We have about 15 minutes.
So we're actually good. Okay. So do you want to talk about the ganache?
Sure. So when my mom makes her macaroons, she makes a ganache, and we dip the macaroons after they're done in the ganache so they have a nice chocolatey bottom. And so we are going to go ahead and show you how to make a ganache. So I pre-cut some chocolate. It's better to use the blocks of chocolate rather than the chocolate chips. And so you just have to shave the chocolate chips down. The baker's chocolate is usually the best. We have some semi-sweet chocolate here.
So it looks like that.
It looks like
Versus
this.
like the chocolate chips. It just makes a better ganache if you use the block.
And then we have heavy cream, a cup of heavy cream that we actually already simmered. We want it to be a light simmer, correct, Mom?
Correct.
We don't want it to be boiling too much. And you're gonna take that and you're going to pour it into your chocolate like this. And then
Then you're gonna stir, stir, stir.
we're going to stir, stir, stir. Not with that, obviously. With this. Everyone listen to your mothers. They know best.
Okay, so as Melissa's turning, the chocolate is going to melt into the heavy cream, and that's going to become a ganache. You can use that on top of cupcakes. You can use that as frosting. You can use it in multiple ways. Ganaches are very simple. It's 1-to-1 ratio, which is 1 cup of heavy cream to 1 cup of the chopped up chocolate. So pretty much that's kind of how it's going to look.
It's going to get a little thicker than this. There we go.
Okay, so here we go. So that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, we're not going to have time to bake and show you the finished product, but we did bake some yesterday.
There we go. Here's a nice little view of our ganache. Has a nice consistency to it as it continues to consolidate together.
So what we have here is the finished product. Can we see that?
I will pull the computer.
So that is what your macaroon should look
Will you
like.
show the bottom?
And so the bottom here is filled with the ganache, like so. And here is a most delicious chocolate chip one, which I will send home with Melyssa, so my son-in-law Brian can enjoy.
Well, thank you.
I have some fun macaroon facts for everybody, because who doesn't love fun facts? Some fun macaroon facts. The name of the macaroon cookie comes from an Italian word meaning paste, macaroni. The origins are uncertain about where the macaroon has come from, but some historians claim that the macaroon can be traced to an Italian monastery. The monks came to France in 1533. They were joined by the pastry chefs of Catherine de Medici, wife of King Henry II. Later, 2 Benedictine nuns, Sister Marguerite and Sister Mary Elizabeth, came to Nancy seeking asylum during the French Revolution. The 2 women paid for their housing by baking and selling macaroons, and then they actually became known as the Macaroon sisters. Some fun facts.
That is pretty interesting, Melyssa. And you know, I think you should go for your PhD at Shalom University in this, because that is fascinating. Sue, Melyssa, quick question that's coming in through the chat that I think is very important is how long and at what temperature do we bake these so they come out to be as
we did forget to So it's between 25 and 30 minutes, and it's at 350. Preheat your oven. If my oven's been preheated, probably about 15 minutes. Preheat your oven, pop it in, 25 minutes, you're done.
And you'll want to look for that like nice brown.
Yes, like
top.
a little crispy brown where the.
And that's for both or all flavors, 25-30 minutes?
That's
Yes.
exactly right. And
Okay.
you wait for them to cool off a little bit, take them off the parchment paper, and that's when you will dip if you choose to dip it. I like to dip it. If you choose to dip it, and then I usually turn them around like so, put them in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes, and you're good to go.
So you dip, and then you leave them face up for a little bit in their fridge so that it gets hard. And then you can, when you serve them, you can serve them face down.
Great. And so, Sue, we have a question here. What exactly is ganache?
Ganache is it's a chocolate sauce. If you want to look at that up, we can give you 100%.
Correct.
It's a correct definition, but it's a chocolate sauce made with 2 ingredients, which is heavy cream and which is the chopped up chocolate. What does it say exactly?
It's a glaze. Mom, you're so smart. It's a sauce or a filling for pastries made of chocolate.
Yes. All right. Very good.
Some more fun facts. May 3rd, everyone put it on your calendar. May 3rd is National Macaroon Day. Just in case anyone was curious, we can all not only make these for Passover, but May 3rd is National Macaroon Day.
Right. And actually, this recipe I've been making for years, and it's actually Ina Garten's recipe, one of my favorite chefs. And she cooks for her husband Jeffrey all the time, and Jeffrey is a nice Jewish boy and loves her roasted chicken and macaroons.
You're getting a lot of love in this chat right now. First of
Oh,
all,
yeah?
we have 60 people tuned, or 60 screens, probably more people.
Oh, yay. I wish I made 60 macaroons to give them all out.
Well, there are people right now asking for care packages, and if you remember the I Love Lucy episode of Aunt Martha's old fashioned salad dressing, well, in any case, they went into business and started delivering it all over to the city. So
All right. Yeah.
we're asking for deliveries and orders right now from just about everybody. And
Ooh, do you want to tell them, since we're doing Passover, your Passover box cake? I know we're not going to make it, but this is another one of my mom's favorite, or it's a fun Passover recipe that she does. It's an ice cake, but made of matzah.
And you dip your matzah sheets in Manischewitz wine, and you make a ganache. So what you're doing is you're building and building and building. You take a whole box of your matzah, plain matzah, and you're building it so it gets to be about this high.
So is it you dip it in the wine?
You dip it in the wine, and then you pour the ganache. And then you dip it in the wine, you pour the ganache, blah, 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 until you finish up all of your, I don't know how many.
There was lots of layers.
How many pieces of matzah are in a box? Maybe 18?
it is
I'm not
so
sure.
rich. It is so rich. So like after a big meal, I mean, you're not gonna be able to eat a whole lot of that.
Yeah, it's too bad. I end up really throwing half of it away because everybody's so full. But I just love the presentation. I just think it looks so.
So then,
cool.
what do you do after you build it? You put it in the freezer,
Put it in
right?
the refrigerator. Yeah.
A fridge or freezer?
Refrigerator.
And it ends up being this big. It almost looks like a Passover 7-layer cake.
Exactly, and it cuts like a 7-layer cake, except it's like 15 layers, or however many layers it is. So that's a good one. You can find that actually on Pinterest, is where I found that recipe.
We're getting that recipe request, so we'll have to get both of these recipes so we can post them.
Sure, no problem.
For everybody to see. Maybe we can do this as a Nashim cooking event next year in person.
I would love that, and I will bake lots of macaroons for Pesach. If anybody wants, I can take orders.
So it looks, someone named Laura in the chat is saying they want their delivery on roller skates. My guess is that's my sister, Laura.
Oh yeah, roller skates. I just gave
I
my
could be
roller
Laura
blades.
Vandermergel, but I think, which both of their personalities, that would match. Yeah, that's my sister. That's exactly.
Yeah, I just gave my rollerblades to Salvation Army, so sorry, Laura.
Oh, well, there you go. Does anybody have any other, oh, well, this would be a bad pun to use, burning questions about all of this, and about macaroons and other Passover foods, and questions for the chefs?
For the chocolate ones, was it chocolate chips or the shaved
Chocolate chips, yes, chocolate, just
So,
regular.
yeah, so for the
Just regular
it's
mini chocolate chips. Yeah, but for the ganache, it's the
bar.
it's the bar of Baker's or Ghirardelli or any kind of high-end chocolate, semi-sweet.
And you just have to work with a knife and just kind of cut it into small little pieces. It's a little time consuming, but it makes a better ganache.
What is that ganache?
I have a question about the matzah cake. You said it was an icebox cake. Is there any cream filling too, or just the ganache?
Yeah, it's just the ganache, it's the Manischewitz wine and the matzah. That's it. And you're just building it like you're building a tower, you know? And it's really delicious. And like Brian said, it's very rich, but it's quite a showstopper, especially when you cut into it.
At a time when you can't actually normally have cakes, I'm sure it's a lot of fun. I'm a Passover birthday person, so any Passover cakes is always fun to learn about.
Yeah, well, you know, there's tons of delicious flourless cakes, you know, chocolate flourless ones.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it looks really pretty bringing it out.
Have you ever made a lemon and chocolate chip together combined?
You know what? I think I did that last year. Yeah, I think I did a lemon and chocolate chip together. Actually, I was going to go out. I was going to pick an orange because I thought maybe an orange would be delicious as well, because orange and chocolate are super yummy. So I thought that might be good along with the zesty and the lemon, have another bowl of just the orange zest. So
You can be creative with
oh,
these
you can
too.
you can put cran raisins in here. You can do tons, you know. But I mean, a macaroon is just delicious just on its own. But then when you add all these different flavors, these are also super duper rich, like very rich.
Yeah, those aren't the tiny ones in the can to be.
Oh, I grew up on those tiny ones in the can, and that's what I thought macaroons taste
mean,
like.
look,
They're as big as your face, Mom.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite
Do they freeze well?
Do they
That's a
freeze?
good
well?
question.
Do they freeze well? To be honest with you, I've never frozen them because we've always eaten them. We never have any left over to freeze. I mean, during Pesach, I'll make probably about 3 or 4 batches because it yields about 12. I make a
Ooh,
large
someone
macaron.
wants us to take a bite. So is this the lemon one? That's my favorite.
I think,
I'm
It's
gonna
not
hope
that
it's a
one.
lemon one because
Here, cheers.
cheers.
Well, that is delightful.
Oh,
For the chocolate, when the
wow.
chocolate
This is the
chip
first thing I've
recipe,
eaten all day. This is ridiculous.
I got a lemon one.
Linda Tharp, I hear you trying to jump in.
thank you. When you're doing 1/3 chocolate chip, about how much chocolate chips do you put in your bowl for the 1/3?
Right. I mean, it really depends on how many macaroons you want. I mean, you can make it as chocolatey or like, let me just see. For instance, like this one doesn't have as many, but I would probably say maybe a half a cup.
This one has a ton.
Probably about a half a cup, I would say.
They don't actually
Thank
like
you.
melt within the macaroon, so you don't really have to worry about it like melting apart.
Yeah, they stay, the chocolate chips stay, keeps its shape.
I'll tell you what, everybody, they're not gonna like me for this right now. I can already tell I'm gonna get in trouble from my family, but I'll tell you what. If anybody, in honor of Rabbi Steinberg's birthday, donates $54 to our Zoom-a-thon on the website right now, we'll make sure you get some macaroons.
We will deliver them.
I will
We will
deliver
deliver
them.
some macaroons to you. I
And-
should have said $180, but I thought I'd make it, easy. 54. Let's see it. These are worth it. These are worth. I can't promise how many you'll get, but you'll get at least one.
Absolutely. And maybe next time I'll show everybody how I make my Passover rolls. And those are pretty yummy also.
Those Passover rolls. I'm telling you guys, these you feel so uncomfortable eating these Passover rolls because it's so antithetical to Passover, and yet they're delicious and
I think actually we took a picture of a Passover table and Rabbi Brian made us remove the Passover rolls thinking that we would get judged for having rolls on the table. Even though they were fully Passover rolls, but he was worried that someone might think that we were
think we're eating bread with our,
with our
I know.
Passover
with our
meal.
brisket.
It's crazy. Well, my beautiful ladies, thank you. This was truly exceptional. We loved every second of it. I am really excited to be the beneficiary of this very soon. And to all of you as well, I hope you gained some good insight on some good Passover goodies. And
Tell Hera, I just got your text. Deal. We will do that deal with you.
all right. Well, I don't know what that deal is, but I'm sure it's a good one if Melyssa agreed. It is my
That's my
honor.
mother that's agreed.
Okay.